Didn't your mom ever tell you not to bother people when they're talking on the phone? Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Vitamin M right here, coming up to you with another episode of Pokemon Silver here, and yeah, our mom called us. Hi, Vitamin M, how are you? I found out how useful item shopping today. I bought it with your money, sorry. Yeah, she actually does that, but it's worth it, trust me. It's in your PC, you'll like it. Click. So, periodically, depending on how much money you have accumulated on your way here, your mom will buy you some different things along the way, and you can access that from your PC and the item storage whole thing. So that'll be really, really nice. So I wanted to show off that mechanic there, and you know, I thought it made for a pretty good intro. But anyways, getting back into this, in the last episode, we took down Sprout Tower and we checked out Ruins of the Alph, and that was actually pretty cool. So, but Ruins of the Alph has nothing more for us, and we're done here. But this guy right here, this is Ralph the Fisherman. I really, really want to show you guys something that's really, really important in this game if you want to catch some Pokemon for your team or just for your Pokédex. This is Fisher Ralph right here. It's not important what he has, but it's what he can do. But not in battle, though. So he's got a Goldeen here, so this is going to be pretty easy with our Mareep. We're just going to shock his fish to death. Oh, what the? Come. Oh, no. Oh, okay, I see. But I equipped a Bitterberry. Oh man, I didn't know that was going to come in handy. Okay, that was actually kind of nice. Alright, so that was pretty good. So, pretty self-explanatory right there. And that Goldeen gives you a ton of EXP, so that is always really, really nice. So just keep that in mind. But Fisher Ralph was defeated here. So, before I can explain what he's going to be useful for, as Michael Wilbon would say, pardon the interruption, but Mareep is evolving. So yeah, level 15, Mareep will evolve into Flaffy. Now Flaffy is going to be still slow, but it can hit pretty hard. Like all second stage evolutions, I'm always kind of a little impatient. I'm like, why can't you fully evolve yet? Even though I know when they evolve and everything. So, anyways, be that as it may. So Ralph here is actually going to be really helpful to us. So if you want to get certain trainers' numbers in your phone that will allow you to, you talk to them again after battle. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they do it automatically. They'll talk to you. You can say yes or no. Fishing is a lifelong passion. Pokemon are lifelong friends. Wow, you're pretty tough. Could I get your phone number? I'll call you for a rematch. Yeah. So that's basically how rematches work in this game. Their levels are kind of progressing kind of slowly, if anything. I'll call you if anything comes up. Now that part is really important. Ralph and a couple of other characters that we can come across that can give us calls will be able to call us if there's a swarm of a certain Pokemon. And I know I talked a little bit about this with Dunsparce, but Ralph is one of those guys. Ralph will be able to tell you if there's a swarm of a Pokemon called Quillfish. Quillfish is a water poison type. It's really not that great. Its typing doesn't really help it out in this game. It's more of, I think, a physical attacker, but definitely an odd type, and there's definitely a better water poison type that I'll be talking about here in a little bit. But just he and a couple other characters are going to be really, really, really important for you to catch a Pokemon if you really want them. Some of them are to consider, some like Quillfish really aren't. But we're going to talk to this guy here. How would you like to have this tasty, nutritious Slowpoke tail? For right now, just $1,000,000 Pokédollars. You'll want this? You'll want this. No! You don't want it? Then scram, shoo! Oh, well, alright, that was awfully strange. Slowpoke tail. Sounds kind of appetizing, though. But if we go right here, there's a hidden item here. There's some hidden items throughout the overworld here. And there's a Great Ball here. Great Balls have a greater catch rate of Pokeballs, and there'll be some other ones that'll be available to us that have some better catch rates, too. So with that in mind, we got a Poke Center here before we move on to the next part, the route here, before we go into really our first required cave that we have to go into here. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty nice. So we're all healed up, we got our Flaffy ready for us, and there's actually this Fisherman right here that I want to talk to. This is a great fishing spot. You saw people fishing, how about you? Would you like one of my rods? Alright. Hey, that's good to hear. Now, you're an angler too. Vitamin received the old rod. So there are 3 different fishing rods in this game, and you start off with the old rod. Old rod will be able to catch level 5 or level 10 Pokemon, and they're very, very, very limited in their options. There's water, be it the sea or a stream, try out your rod. Alright. So there'll be limited options with those, but I'll go over a couple that you can get here along the way. So far, that have been open to us. So, because our mom bought us an item, we go to the PC here. So Vitamin M's PC, this is the item storage stuff. So withdraw an item. What'd she buy us? Oh, she bought us a super potion. That's pretty neat. So that will restore 50 HP. So that's going to be pretty nice. So yeah, sometimes people have some handy things in Pokemon centers. Most of the time they don't, but it never hurts to just ask everybody, you know, what's up. So, with that in mind, I do want to kind of tell you guys what's up with the rod here. So, go to our pack, go to key items. This is where you find all the fishing lures and stuff like that. So we can use this over water like this. Gotta be next to it. Not even a nibble. Okay, so sometimes you will not get a nibble or a battle or anything like that. It's random whether you do. If you start shaking like that... Oh, a bite! So we have a wild battle now. So, what do we got? We have Magikarp here, and this will be number one on what I can talk about here. So, Magikarp is pure water type right now. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, this is a notoriously really bad Pokemon. It's pretty useless. All it knows is Splash and Tackle, really, really weak. But if you can get it to level 20, it will evolve into Gyarados. Gyarados is a really, really great Pokemon, very hard-hitting physically, and it can stand up to some things with special attacks. It is a water-flying type, as weird as that is, and it's not Water Dragon, which is awfully strange. But, in this game, it's really not that great, because it doesn't get to take advantage of that physical attack and the water type with it, which is such a shame. But, you know, it's not a bad Pokemon to have in this game, period. It gets Thrash and some other moves that it can use, and it's really something you might want to pick up, so just keep that in mind. There's another Pokemon there that you can catch too, by the name of Tentacool. So Tentacool is a water poison type. It's a better water poison type than Qwilfish. Tentacool can hit pretty good with its special attack, but it's known as a special wall. It has a really high special defense stat when it evolves, and it can actually learn some really unique moves. It's got the poison and water thing going for it, but it can learn some really strange stuff like Giga Drain, which is a grass-type move of all things. But it can be used for some strategy. You can poison, you can confuse with it, and you can really stand up to some different Pokemon with it. And I think it can learn Barrier too, maybe in this game, I don't quite remember. I think it can, which can raise its defense. So it can be a pretty good wall, and it can hit pretty hard. So I've used it before. It's actually kind of a nice Pokemon to have. But anyways, there's another item that's available to you in this area here if today were Friday. So, depending on which day of the week it is within the region here, you might come across a person in a different area of the map on a particular area of the map too. So, with that in mind, they will be able to give you certain items that will up the power of certain types of moves. If today were Friday, I believe her name is Frida, she would give you a Poison Barb, which would up the power of poison moves. But, alas, she is not here, and today is Saturday in the game. So, with that in mind, keep an eye out for those folks. They do have some really nice items. I always like the Sunday person because they have the magnet, and, you know, the amount of times I've used Ampharos, it's always worth it. But, we get into the cave here, and this is going to be Union Cave. So let's see what's available to us in here. So, this is our first real big cave right here, and we have a couple new Pokemon that are available to us. But before I start with the new ones, Wooper does have a higher chance. I don't know if it exactly has a higher chance of showing up in here over the routes, but Wooper can show up in here too. But as for the new Pokemon, in Gold and Crystal version in this place, you can find Sandshrew. Sandshrew is a pure ground type. It's okay. It's kind of fast for a ground type. It can hit kind of hard. It's got some pretty good defense, but it's not the best. It's not that great. It's definitely worth passing up on. I think there's some better options. And if you want something to use Earthquake, okay, well, I'll have to fight this guy. If you use something if you want something to use Earthquake, I don't think Sandslash can learn it, but Sandshrew really isn't the best choice. But if you do have Silver version like I do here, we'll be able to get him later another way, only in this version, in that particular way. But I'll get there eventually. Yeah, so just another note here. You probably noticed, well, why are you using Quilava against a rock and a ground type here? Well, Flaffy's going to be pretty useless here because it only knows normal and electric moves, and electric moves have no effect on ground types whatsoever. So, because I don't have water or grass type to really hit these guys with, this is the best I can do. But yeah, so, speaking of which, this guy's got an Onyx. So, if you did not trade for that Onyx back in Violet City with the Bellsprout, this is where you can start getting Onyx in all versions here, with a 5% chance. And yeah, and there is one more Pokemon that is available to you due to the Old Rod in this place. For a 15% chance, you can find a Pokemon called Goldeen. Now, Goldeen is a pure water type. It's more of a physical attacker, which is kind of a shame, considering water is more special. I don't think there's anything too particularly special about it. I've thought of using it before, just to say, hey, this is one I have never used, and I want to give it a try. But I've never really gotten around to it. It's more physical-oriented. I think it's the only Pokemon that naturally learns Waterfall, which is going to be an HM move that will come in handy much, much later. Okay, I do have to fight you. Which will come in handy much, much later. But, you know, it's okay. There are going to be a lot better water types you can get, so I would say pass up on it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, but once again, because we aren't able to do everything we can in here, there's going to be some other Pokemon we can come across in some other ways here. And there is actually some really nice Pokemon you can find here sometimes, if you do come back here with Surf. So just keep that in mind for that. So I will probably show that to you guys much later, because there needs to be a particular day of the week in order to find a very special Pokemon here that you really, really do want to consider adding to your team. I thought of using him for this Let's Play, but I've used him before in this game, and I kind of wanted to try something new. But I won't reveal my team members or who that team member could have been quite yet. But anyways, we're just kind of cruising along here as we just beat up on this guy's Geodudes. So yeah, so we're kind of making our way through Union Cave here, and things are looking pretty good here. Things are looking pretty good. So we've only got 2 team members, and I have 4 more choices to make. So I think I don't quite remember when I'm going to get my next team member. I think it's going to be quite a ways from now, actually. So, so I'm going to be pretty high leveled for a good portion. So that'll be pretty nice, I guess. Alright, so wild battles and all that. Okay. And yes, you can find Rattata here. Rattata are just about everywhere in this game. So is Zubat. Pretty much, if you ever walk into a cave, there will be Zubat. Okay, got past you! Oh! Okay, nice. Okay, there's an item here. Item found X attack. Okay. Useless. I mean, I'll sell it probably later at a shop. But I do want to come up here, and oh, I don't have to fight you. Okay, I was worried. I was kind of worried about that. We go over here to the left down here. You can't cross that water or anything left, but we found TM39. TM39 is a move called Swift. Swift is a 60%. Whoops. Not anything like that at all. It's a 60 power move that will hit 100% of the time, no matter how low your accuracy or anything is like that. It's a normal type move, and a lot of Pokemon can learn it. It's actually kind of a nice move to have this early on, because this early on that is kind of a high power move, and it's pretty nice if you can give it to a normal type if you are using one by this point. But, yeah, it's pretty nice, so I just wanted to show that off to you guys. So that's going to be pretty cool right there. And we found X Defend, so I'll be going to the store and selling those for sure. I don't even use them whatsoever. I already went over this, but they're pretty useless to me. So, they mean nothing. Yeah, so we're almost out of the cave here. Don't have to fight you, so that's nice. I was kind of worried I was going to have to. We can grab this item down here. Of course, there's a wild Pokemon behind it. And it's always Rattata. Gee whiz. But yeah, anytime you go in a cave, there are Zubats, and that'd be kind of nice if you do want to use Zubat for your team. But because he is a friendship evolution, any Pokemon you want to use that does use a friendship evolution, I do advise you try to pick them up ASAP so you can build up your friendship with them. And Zubat is by no means any exception. And the fact that you can get him so early from Dark Cave is actually a really, really nice thing. So, just keep that in mind. But we have to fight this guy, so this will be the last guy we come across here in the cave. And then we're home free! So, Fire Breather Ray. The Fire Breathers are actually kind of cool in this game. They're just breathing fire right there. Most intimidating, I would say. So he's got a Vulpix. Yeah. Vulpix we haven't come across yet. So that's kind of cool. Okay, Tackle. Very nice. We resist that. Very effective. Okay. So, once we get out of the cave here, there's going to be a lot that's going to be open to us with what we can do now. So, the Fire Breather Ray defeated now. We can now leave this place. And we're out of there now. So, I think this is a good spot to stop here before I head on to the next town here. But, next time in Pokemon Silver, we're going to be headed into Azalea Town here and seeing what is available to us there. So, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Vitamin M, I'm out, dudes.